As an adult, have you ever pretended to cry just to get something you want?
Yes. I am a woman.
That answer is true.
Question 2. Have you ever lied to the police to avoid going to jail?
My answer is yes.
True.
Question 3. Can you honestly say you enjoy spending time with your mother-in-law?
My answer is yes.
True.
Question 4. Do you think your husband does everything he can to provide for your family?
Yes.
True.
Question 5. Was your wedding day the happiest day of your life?
No.
That answer is true.
Question 6 for $10,000. Have you ever broken any furniture while arguing with your husband?
So many I can't count. Yes.
True.
Question 7. Growing up, do you think your mother cared more about religion than your well-being?
That answer is yes.
True.
Question 8. If a tornado destroyed your parents' house, would you let them come stay with you?
My answer is yes.
Question 9. Have you ever lied to your husband about where you have been after work?
That answer is yes.
True.
Question 10. Do you consider having sexual relations with your husband a chore?
My answer is yes.
True.
Question 11 for $25,000. Do you think you have been a good wife? I hope that the replacement question is easier. This is your new $25,000 moment of truth question. Question 11. Since you have been married, have you ever given your phone number to a man you were romantically interested in?
The answer is yes.
True.
Question 12. Do you have any secrets that could destroy your marriage?
Yes.
True.
Question 13. Have you ever had a sexual fantasy involving one of your husband's friends?
The answer is yes.
True.
Question 14. Do you have any romantic feelings for a man other than your husband? You're going to have to speak the answer to me.
The answer is yes.
Question 15. Have you had sexual relations with any of your husband's friends and never told him about it?
The answer is yes.
True.
Question 16. Do you think you deserve a better husband?
No.
True.
There's no way you're stopping, is there?
I'm going.
Yeah. Question 17. Since you have been married, have you had sexual relations with a man other than your husband in your own bedroom? I need your answer.
The answer is yes.
True.
Question 18, Shannon, for $200,000. Are you still in love with Chad?
Yes, I really love him.
True.
That's a lot of money for me and my girls. And I'm good. I'm stopping.
Sure? Okay.
Thank you.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
$200,000.
Stop.
To be honest, I think she should have just kept it going. For real, she already destroyed that marriage. It wasn't no turning back. Like, you might as well go whether it was $1 million or whatever. Like, it was done after that. Like, she done took the homie to the bedroom. Like, that's crazy. Your bed, it ain't no coming back from that. Like, your friends, that's wild. Like, she don't have no limits, man. That's just a dirty so-and-so, man. Like, and I understand, like, okay, people cheat, they do what they do. But once you cross the threshold of my house, you on another level. Right? Like, if I caught it, wouldn't listen, it would not be 3 people leaving that place. I can tell you that. Like, I don't understand it. You take it to the bedroom, like, there is no respect. You could tell she has no respect for the dude, and that's the main problem, right? So that thing should have ended way before that. Once you start to realize that a woman has lost respect for you, just, plan your exit strategy, because it's over. Once a woman doesn't respect you, if you've lost it, it's nearly impossible to get back. So you may as well just cut your losses and keep it moving. It's a horrible thing, man. I couldn't believe that she was going. And then the thing about it is, him, the husband, her, the children, they have to forever live with that embarrassment. That's public, right? You got a few thousand people who are going to see it just from this clip alone, right? And you're going to have likely millions. It was on TV. So they have to live with that shame forever. You've shamed your legacy, your name, your family. It's disgusting, in my opinion. That show is horrible. Like you said, it ruined quite a bit of marriages, and they should have never came up with that. That's just outrageous. I can't believe people would actually go public with that just in the name of money. There's so many other ways you could have got money. I would have rather commit some serious crimes than go on that show and risk my freedom than to shame my entire family in the process.
So
what show is that?
Hold on real quick, fellas. All right, so I want to add a little context, right? Because I don't know if y'all ever watched that show, so we know how the moment of truth gets down. But I kind of want to rope it into our real lives. Can having a moment of truth ruin a marriage? Being upfront and honest, can that ruin a marriage? And I'd like for y'all to kind of answer from that perspective, because we know that her marriage, she torpedoed her marriage. But like, kind of like rope it into like our lives and how that may affect us being that honest with our partners, because a lot of us aren't that honest a lot of the times.
So I think that the honesty won't ruin a relationship or a marriage if done correctly. So you kind of got to have a space to talk to somebody where y'all get to a non-judgmental space, so you could be like, I want to open up and share something with you, and they can receive it without lashing back out at you. A lot of time, now the stuff she was dropping was heavy. It might have still ended the relationship. But if it was any chance of that relationship working, if they operated in a space where they had, it's kind of almost like therapy. Like, some people got to go to therapy to get that space. You might, like, I believe you can create it at home without actually having to need a professional there. But it's just a space where you're not trying to lash out at each other. So you're having a conversation, and while working through the hurtful things or the things that was, be an issue for the other person, you are wording it in a way that's effectively not attacking them or making them feel belittled, clowned, or like you're intentionally trying to disrespect them. I think most of the time I see people have moments of truth, it be from a snarky, sarcastic, gotcha, snappy type of moment, and that's never gonna work. The energy that you operating in to have that moment of truth is gonna turn into a moment of chaos and a moment of hell. So one of the things I thought was weird though was the matter of fact way she was admitting that stuff. Like, it was kind of like, and what? Like, if he asked her a question, even how she responded to that, she was like, yeah, like leaning back after each answer, like I'm gonna sit in this. I really don't care. Even that's the wrong way to respond. She could at least have some sorrow. She could at least, she was able to give all them other precursors to her answer, but when it came to the main heavy stuff, she just said no, yes, and then sat in it. I don't know. I think you kind of got to soften the blow at least by explaining yourself a little bit. That's wild. Yeah,
I think she knew off rip. I think I knew off rip. She already figured she was going to be going. That comment that was just highlighted says it all. Like, She said, "This is enough money for me and my girls." She had already made her mind up that this was about to end it, and she chose the money over dude. That she figured his worth was less than that.
You know what's crazy? She said that she didn't deserve a better man than him. I thought that was interesting. She was like, he's a good man. I don't know if his name Chad, but she say she love him and she didn't deserve better than him. So I wonder, was she like self-sabotaging, or he knew like no matter what this relationship over, so I might as well just tell the truth. I don't know. I never seen the show before, so I don't know the context of how they set up the scenes.
Shannon,
I feel like he already knew. Like, I feel like he knew his wife was trifling, and he was just nervous that now everybody else was about to find out. You know, just kind of looking at him, and even how he passed on that question, like, ugh, like he knew who he married. Man, I'm sorry. I felt like he might not have known to that extent how trifling she was, but I feel like he knew, and I felt like his mama knew too.
No, I would agree.
Shane, I saw your hand raised. What did you have to say?
So I kind of agree with Marcus. So first and foremost, the woman was out for the money. Okay, that's why she was answering them questions. She wanted that money. Okay, and it was and I agree, she should have just kept on going, because at that point you've already told us everything. I don't even know if they could ask you anything else to get worse than what you've already told us. Okay, but it could. That's probably why she stopped. Who knows? But anyhow, I don't think so. The question was, do you think what was
honesty
the
ruin
moment
a
of
relationship?
truth? Right. So I agree with Marcus. I think it's how you do it. You don't embarrass your partner like she did. You have an honest conversation coming from a genuine place. Because at the end of the day, if you're with somebody, you're both human. You're going to make mistakes. But the point is how you move from those mistakes together. She got him on national television and embarrassed her husband. He is a good man, and guess what? He probably ain't gonna leave her. I'm gonna tell you that now. That man ain't leaving that girl. I'm gonna tell you. Y'all thinking like y'all.
He ain't leaving. I agree.
This is what I'm saying. Y'all act like other men act like y'all. That man, she was confident the way she was because she knew she had a good man. He wasn't gonna leave. She runs that household. He loves her to pieces. He is hurt right now. Yes, but he gives me a little weak vibe. You know, like. He's hurt and he should leave her, but it's just something about the way she was answering them questions, that she was real confident in the situation. And even he did leave, she agrees that he's a good man, but he was not the man that she really, really wanted. And that's evident in the situation, because if she was scared to lose him, then that money wouldn't have meant that much to her. My marriage means more than this money. I would never have put my husband in this situation. I would never have another man in my husband's bed. I would never have another man in my husband's house. And his friend? What? She is disrespectful all around the clock. She does not respect that man. She married him because he was good to her. He treats her right.
Yeah.
In a discussion.
One of the values that Americans have is money over everything. So she might take that risk. It might be a slight risk. She might think he'll stay, but they really respect money. Like, they will do anything for money. You will be surprised why the corporations is poisoning the food. They'll do anything for money. So for her, she felt like that was enough. And I really think she was ready to get that divorce. She was like, whatever, I just came to get the divorce. I'm gonna get half of his stuff, and I'm gonna get this $200,000 and keep it moving.
He ain't leaving.
Yeah, he might not leave. But I don't think that you should value money that much. Human beings cannot be replaced, but money can.
All right, go ahead, girl.
I mean, back to the original question. I think for me, honesty. You should always stand on honesty. I think it was easier for her to be honest, it's because she getting paid to do it. So, and I figured she already knew that her marriage was pretty much over. So. But I wouldn't put it past, like I said, I think dude pretty much already knew that. He knew what was going on. I mean, if you marry somebody, I think no matter how, even though you may not know the details, like, I think that you still can kind of see certain patterns and see what's kind of going on, how people kind of move. So if you're really paying attention, if he loved her as much, as to marry her and vice versa. So I think I'm with you. I think dude pretty much already kind of knew that. He just... he's just one of them guys that, will stick it out and do what he needs to do. Which, I mean, I commend that. I mean, like, again, like, I wouldn't want my wife or nobody cheating on me, but at least, like, if he does stay with her, that's the vow that he made, and that's who he chose. So, you know, at least he's standing on something the way I see it. But even though she not, but at least, you know, that's what marriage is about. Nobody is perfect. So it's unfortunate, but hey, to each his own. From
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bruiser. And I got a follow-up question after Closet Baddie. You win already, right?
I didn't go yet.
All right. So after Closet Baddie and Day West and Bruiser, I got a follow-up question for y'all.
I did speak a piece about Oh Girl, but as far as can honesty ruin a marriage, I mean, it shouldn't, but it absolutely can. I mean, it can if your honesty is because you've been dishonest, and depending on what you've been dishonest about. But it also can if you're not talking to your partner, you know, from a place of love, because you can say something in a way, in a loving way, you know, with care and with grace and with sensitivity, or you can say it harshly. And if you do that, obviously the recipient may, you know, may not receive it in what it was intended to be. Did that make sense? You know, so I feel like you know who you marry, absolutely. And, you know, at all times, you know, you should be speaking your truth with love. And oftentimes people don't, because, you know, we hurt each other. I mean, we do what we do. You know, you hurt your husband, you hurt your wife, and sometimes we don't come from that place. That's all I got to say. I mean, I've been married before, so I do understand the importance of, you know, speaking that honesty from a very good and loving place. And if you don't, yeah. Also, that person might not be honest with you again too, if you don't receive that right, or if it's not spoken that way. So that's all I got to say.
Do you think relationships function better when the woman has a healthy fear of losing the husband?
Both. I mean, both have to have a healthy fear of losing each other, because if you don't fear, then you wildin'. I mean, we just seen that in the video. Obviously, she wasn't scared to lose dude because she don't respect him, and she knew, you know, that he ain't going nowhere. So, I mean, she was with his friend, like his friend. She done broke like 10 codes. She didn't told the world. She was with his friend. She was in a bed. Like, no, she wasn't scared to lose him, because she probably won't.
Okay.
I think I could just be playing devil's advocate, but I think it was some type of a setup. Like he could have known the truth, because I feel like any man would have had a way worse reaction to finding this stuff out. Like just hearing that on the stage at that moment, like at least some tears or something, or running off the stage like they do on Maury. Like, I don't know, just something. But just to hear, especially, oh, you saw my friend, or you're thinking about somebody, or you've been in our bed and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe if it was a black man, he would have went crazy, but I think maybe they had so much truth in the beginning of the relationship that he's just not surprised. Like, he just knew who he married, and he like, hey, I already knew she was a bird when I met her, so he's not surprised. He's just like, okay, this is what it's always gonna give. That's why he just like, all right, cool, keep running it up, keep going. I already know the truth anyway. Get to the 500,000. Yeah, I don't get why she stopped. I'm like, you done told it all at this point. Like, collect the rest of the coins. So but I didn't like that she said that's enough money for me and my girls. So it made me feel that they were already divorced or something, or they're not together, because she didn't say that's enough money for me and my family, or me and my husband, we gonna split this. She just like, me and my girls. So I don't know. I just thought that was weird, but it kind of made me think about Indecent Proposal, like that movie where it's like he was about to pretty much let his wife sleep with this man for a large amount of money, and they didn't want to do it at first, but then she did it, and then she ended up falling for the guy, whatever. But he just lost his girl. So I mean, I don't know. They could have been down and out on hard times, and then be like, hey, babe, let's go on this show, and you're gonna spill your guts, and we're gonna get this money because we need it right now for the girls for college or whatever. And it's okay. I know I'm gonna look stupid, but it's okay. That could be how honest their relationship is.
I think those reactions are genuine. Like you can see the pain in his eyes, right? And those reactions on Maury are fake. I know that for a fact because I watch him prime the people backstage. But his reaction, he looked crazy. Like you watch his eyes, man. He had some pain. It looks like that was. I mean, I knew he had an idea, but I don't think he knew of what extent it was. I don't think that he knew it was going on in his bed and all that. Like that was just that hit hard. You could watch him sink in that video. It looked bad to me.
Like everything he said that hurt him, he allowed her to say. But as soon as it hurt her, like, oh, am I a bad wife? He pressed the button, try to save her. So yeah, he really does love her, and he's still trying to protect her, and he doesn't care how he looks. And so he might go back to her.